Susan?
What's your favorite fan girl?
Green girl?
Keep rolling, keep rolling.
The Anchorman teleprompter disaster. During Anchorman, Steve played the lovable dimwit Brick Tamland, and while Will Ferrell could improvise with anyone, even he couldn't handle Carell's energy. In one take, Brick starts reading nonsense off the teleprompter, then just keeps going, inventing random words mid-sentence. Ferrell tried to stay in character, but started shaking with laughter. You can see Paul Rudd's head drop below the camera line just to hide his face. The scene was supposed to take 15 seconds. It took 9 full minutes because no one could stop laughing long enough to finish.
93! 93!
Relax.
The waxing scene from the 40-year-old virgin. This one's legendary for a reason. Carell insisted on doing the waxing for real, no fake chest hair, no makeup tricks. The screams? 100% genuine agony. Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen weren't acting. They were reacting to the horror right in front of them. Rogen later admitted that half his laughs were because Steve looked like a man discovering pain for the first time. And yes, that was all done in a single take, because you can only rip hair out once.
God! Suck him! You shouldn't! Oh, I hate you!
Dinner Party Chaos. The Office. The dinner party. The episode that broke everyone. When Michael starts bragging about his plasma TV that's smaller than a laptop, or when he tries to sing along to Jan's weird CD, none of that was scripted exactly as filmed. Carell kept ad-libbing tiny awkward touches the way he motions to the TV, the pauses, the blank stares. Jenna Fischer said the crew had to cut constantly because people were crying from laughter. By the time Michael yelled, "That's what she said," into total silence, even John Krasinski had his face buried in a napkin.
You're hardly my first.
That's what she said!
Bruce Almighty, the gibberish scene. We've all seen it, Steve, as Evan Baxter, the prim and proper newscaster who suddenly starts speaking nonsense on live TV. What you might not know is that most of that scene was improv. Jim Carrey fed him random noises through an earpiece, and Steve just committed fully, repeating and exaggerating them until Catherine Bell completely lost it beside him. Even the crew could be heard snorting behind the cameras. That single moment made audiences realize Steve wasn't just a supporting actor. He was a comedic powerhouse. The date night meltdown. During date night, when Carell and Tina Fey argue over a mistaken identity, the argument spiraled out of control in the best way. Steve improvised entire insults that weren't in the script, each one more ridiculous than the last. At one point, Fey was supposed to stay serious, but she was wheezing too hard to respond. Director Sean Levy said, "We had to throw out half the footage because the crew kept laughing into their mics." Steve can turn a normal couple's argument into a comedy masterclass.
I know you work hard, honey, but you know what would make all the hard work 10 times easier? Me.
The Shia LaBeouf line. The Office. During the dinner party, Michael lists his dream guests for a fantasy dinner. Jesus Bono and Shia LaBeouf. It was supposed to be a one-liner, but Steve couldn't stop giggling every time he said Shia LaBeouf. At one point, he pronounced it Shia LaBeef, which set the entire cast off. They filmed that scene 12 times, and he never got through it straight once. Even post-production couldn't find a version where someone wasn't smirking.
It's not fair to these people. These people are my friends and I care about them.
Get Smart, gum disaster. In Get Smart, there's a scene where Steve's character gets gum stuck to his shoe and gets increasingly furious. Only during one take, the gum came off immediately, which ruined the joke. So Carell improvised, pretending to inspect the ground and accusing it of not cooperating. Anne Hathaway broke character instantly. They had to film around her laughter because she couldn't get through her next line without cracking up.
Got it. So, I guess I don't get arrested.
The Office parking lot fail. In one Office episode, Michael tries to squeeze his car into a tiny space. Steve was supposed to fumble a bit, then climb out smoothly. Instead, he misjudged the angle, got stuck between the door and a bush, and split his pants wide open trying to escape. You can actually see Jenna Fischer cover her mouth to hide her laugh that wasn't in the script. He turned a simple gag into a full-body comedy routine.
I think I'm gonna need some new pants.
Dinner for Schmucks, and the vulture incident. Steve's character was already bizarre, but add a live bird to the mix and things got insane. During a dinner scene, the vulture decided it didn't like Steve and started flapping right in his face. He screamed, ducked, and shouted, "He's coming for my eyes!" Completely unscripted. Paul Rudd tried to keep it together but burst out laughing so hard the bird handler had to walk off set. They kept some of that genuine chaos in the final cut because it was too funny to lose. Anchorman 2, Love Scene with Kristen Wiig. Carell and Wiig together, chaos guaranteed. During their awkward, romantic scene, Carell kept improvising the strangest lines possible. At one point, he whispered, "I like the way your hair smells like lamp," and Wiig just lost it. She tried to recover, but Carell kept escalating with random noises and facial expressions. The director eventually called cut because everyone, including Ferrell, was laughing so hard they couldn't breathe.
Oh my God.
The Office weight loss sketch. When Steve showed up on set wearing a full-body fat suit for the company weight loss skit, everyone already knew it would be trouble. Then he opened his mouth and out came a completely made-up accent that sounded half Italian, half alien. The crew lost it instantly. John Krasinski said it was one of the hardest times he's ever had not breaking on camera. The scene had to be filmed in 10-second bursts because no one could stay serious.
Well, hello everybody.
The happy hour dance. In The Office's Happy Hour, Michael tries to impress a woman by dancing. Carell improvised every single move from the weird shoulder shimmy to the knee-bend twerk hybrid. Jenna Fisher said she had tears in her eyes trying not to laugh, and John Krasinski literally walked off frame to avoid being seen giggling. Steve's dance wasn't scripted, it was pure chaos. Even the director said that was too weird to plan and too funny to cut.
Oh God. You said you would laugh.
The Client episode improv. In The Office, episode The Client, Michael and Jan meet with a potential customer. Carell started ad-libbing random lines about baby back ribs and great chili, turning the business dinner into a bizarre musical. Tim Meadows tried to stay professional, but halfway through the fake jingle, he completely broke. Melora Hardin had to bury her face in a menu to hide her laughter. That scene, 80% improv, pure Carell genius.
Billy's baby back ribs. No, wait out the second one.
Okay.
The 40-year-old virgin date scene. When Catherine Keener visits Andy's apartment, she opens his closet full of toys. Steve was supposed to just act embarrassed. Instead, he started naming the items, "That's a coochie," "a girl's genitals," "a learning tool." Keener couldn't stop laughing. She said later, "Every time I thought I was ready, he'd invent a new word that made no sense." They barely made it through the scene without dissolving into giggles.
What do you do with this?
To learn.
The Burt Wonderstone magic bed scene. In The Incredible Burt Wonderstone, there's a scene where Steve and Olivia Wilde try to perform a magic trick in bed. Between props, sleight of hand mistakes, and constant laughter, it became an outtake goldmine. Carell couldn't stop cracking jokes mid-take. "Is this your card?" while Wilde tried to stay seductive. The more she stayed serious, the funnier he got. They eventually had to shoot around his laughter by filming wide shots because he was shaking too hard.
Smack the hell out of something.
It's okay.
The Space Thanksgiving SNL sketch. During Saturday Night Live's Space Thanksgiving, everything went wrong 13 seconds in. A prop ray gun fell to the floor, early totally ruining the sketch's big finale. Instead of freezing, Steve just yelled, "Forget the ray gun, let's eat some turkey." The entire cast, including Kenan Thompson, burst out laughing. The improvised chaos turned a ruined sketch into one of SNL's funniest blooper reels ever.
Who cares about some kern? Let's enjoy this Thanksgiving.
Get Smart helicopter jump. The big stunt where Carell jumps from a helicopter into a moving car looked epic in the movie. In reality, it was chaos. He missed the landing mark 3 times, kept slipping off the SUV, and at one point accidentally shouted, "Mommy!" mid-fall. Anne Hathaway couldn't stop laughing. They had to digitally mask her face because she broke character in every single take. Dinner for Schmucks accent attack. In one of the dinner scenes, Steve suddenly switched accents mid-sentence, a mix of French, Irish, and toddler. Paul Rudd's reaction jaw dropped, shoulders shaking was completely real. He tried to say his next line but was laughing too hard to breathe. Carell stayed in character the entire time, which only made it worse. When he finally winked at Rudd, the director called cut because everyone was crying from laughter.
Hey, do it. Do it. Do it.
The Office, fake employee bit. In another deleted Office blooper, Michael invents a Chinese salesman named Shushu Naila. It was supposed to be one throwaway line, but Carell kept building the story, adding made-up backstories, job titles, and sound effects. Krasinski completely lost control. Jenna Fisher said, "Once he got to the third made-up name, I was gone." The script supervisor actually wrote unusable footage in the margin. Evan Almighty, Newsroom Mayhem. Even after Bruce Almighty, Steve kept up the chaos in Evan Almighty. During several takes, he went off-script with bizarre animal noises, random puns, and sudden shout-outs like, "Breaking news, my face itches." His co-anchor, Catherine Bell, cracked up every single time. In one take, she snorted so loud they had to stop filming. Steve just smiled, looked at the camera, and said, "You're welcome, America." The Office cake incident. During one of the party's scenes, Steve had to shove a giant slice of cake into his mouth. He overcommitted and ended up choking on frosting mid-take. John Krasinski jumped up to help him, but was laughing so hard he couldn't speak. Steve tried to power through with icing all over his face. When the director yelled cut, the entire set was howling. Date night, car chase chaos. During a chase sequence, Carell was supposed to deliver his lines calmly while the car spun. Instead, he screamed like a terrified child, ad-libbing, "I don't want to die in a minivan." Tina Fey lost it completely. She tried to play it off, but you can actually see her shoulders shaking in the final version. Sometimes the funniest moments come from real fear. The weight room scene. During a fake training montage for The Office, Carell pretended to lift weights and groaned louder each rep. The grunts got so dramatic that Rainn Wilson started laughing mid-scene, ruining 3 takes in a row. When Steve yelled, "I think I popped my spleen," even the boom operator cracked up. They used the cleanest version they could find, which still has Krasinski smirking in the background.
You want a carpool?
The cocktail party sketch. In a lesser-known SNL bit, Carell ad-libbed an entire monologue about drinking over the gums and through the lips. Look out stomach, here it trips. His co-stars couldn't even pretend to sip their drinks afterward. They were too busy laughing. The sketch derailed completely, and Lorne Michaels just waved to keep rolling. Steve later said, "If you can't make the crew laugh, what are you even doing?" The Office, Scranton Strangler impression. During the Happy Hour episode, Michael randomly does an impression of the Scranton Strangler. It wasn't planned, he just lunged forward, yelling, "I'm gonna get you." Jenna Fisher nearly fell off her chair laughing, and John Krasinski broke instantly. They kept trying to restart, but every time Steve made the noise again, it set everyone off. Eventually, the director said, "Fine, just let him strangle the air."
I'm gonna get you.
What do you think?
Bruce Almighty, take 2. Even in the sequel, Steve couldn't stay serious. During Evan Almighty, when he's supposed to deliver a sermon about faith, a goat in the background sneezed. Steve immediately mimicked it, adding a full "bah" mid-sentence. The extras burst into laughter, ruining the take. The director didn't even yell cut, he just sighed and said, "Classic Carell."
Oh my gosh! Okay!
The Anchorman 2 battle scene. During the massive news team brawl, Carell started adding random sound effects to his weapon swings. Whoosh, zing, fork of destiny. Ferrell and Rudd couldn't keep it together. Even after 10 takes, no one could get through without breaking. When they finally filmed a clean version, Carell whispered, "Worth it."
Brick, what the hell is that?
It's a gun from the future.
No fair, he's got a gun from the future.
The Office goodbye scene. In one of his final scenes on The Office, Steve had to deliver a heartfelt goodbye. Everyone knew it was emotional, but Steve couldn't resist throwing in one last, "That's what she said." The entire cast lost it. Jenna Fisher teared up half from sadness, half from laughter. It was the perfect ending. Classic Michael Scott to the very last second.
He's gonna feel so good getting this thing off my chest.
From wax strips to fake names, from choking on cake to inventing languages, Steve Carell proves one thing: comedy isn't just in the script, it's in the chaos. He doesn't just break character, he breaks everyone around him. If you liked this video, you'll love the next one too.